Product management is a pretty fun career, and I personally feel it's quite fulfilling. But just like any other job, it has its own set of challenges, and there definitely are reasons to reconsider if product management is the right fit for you. And I just wanted to share them out with you so that you're aware of them before you start pursuing product management and start preparing for your PM interviews. If you're someone who enjoys consistency, likes to know precisely what they will be working on and for how long, product management might not be right for you. And I say that because as a PM, your to-do list is constantly changing, and you context switching between different topics is pretty much the norm. A minute ago, you might be in a meeting with the designer talking about different UI changes, and the next meeting might be with the strategy team to discuss the pricing of your product. So there definitely is a lot going on, and there isn't really a typical 9 to 5. Personally, it definitely took me some time to get used to this working mode, because it's not something that you expect right off the bat in your first job as a PM. While some roles such as software engineering, for example, rely much more heavily on your personal skill set, product management can be slightly more wishy-washy. Product management can also be viewed as a multiplier role, where you are trying to fill in the different gaps in terms of the skill sets that your team probably does not already possess, and you're picking up whatever needs to be done in order to eventually ship the product. And because of that, your growth as a PM depends heavily on your credibility and your knowledge of working within the organization as well. And because of this, it might take you a couple of years to hone your craft and to prove your credibility within the organization to a point that the organization feels comfortable with giving you direct reports to manage. Most PMs leave product management not because of their lack of technical knowledge or lack of knowing or understanding how to write a product requirements document or how to create a roadmap, but instead because of emotional and interpersonal reasons. Product management can be quite a taxing job, and not taxing just mentally but emotionally as well. And I say that because on a daily basis, you're making dozens of decisions without really having the complete data to make them in the first place. So you really need to be comfortable with making informed decisions with incomplete data, and also being able to own up the consequences of those decisions. And given that you are really owning these decisions as a PM, the role comes with a lot of responsibility as well. And in tons of meetings that you're a part of on a daily basis, you need to have a high level of emotional intelligence to navigate really tricky situations with your stakeholders. As a PM, you're constantly presenting, you're constantly trying to get people on board with your ideas, you're presenting new features or launches internally to communicate them across different teams, talking about your launches with your customers, or even presenting at major conferences. And with all of this comes a lot of spotlight. So if you're someone who does not feel quite comfortable or does not really enjoy being in the spotlight, or if you're someone who does not enjoy presenting and getting people on board with your ideas in a set of different ways, ranging from coffee chats to presenting on a Zoom conversation or a real-life conference, product management might not be the right fit for you. Launching a particular product or feature, or for that matter of fact, even an experiment, can take anywhere between weeks to months. And as a PM, it can be quite challenging to get a one-to-one correlation between your personal behaviors and contributions to the success or the failure. And while it might take just a day or a week for you to come up with a product requirements document, it takes time for the outcomes to be eventually released. And because of this, it takes time for you to observe what really helped you navigate your organization internally to eventually deliver the desired outcomes. While PMing might not be for everyone, if you're someone who enjoys working with teams of all shapes and sizes and are not really afraid of leveling up and learning on the job, product management can be quite fulfilling and thrilling, since you're literally building things that will eventually be used by millions of people.